And next is Amy Shiroma.
Her microphone's not on.
Can you press the bar on the... There you go.
Good afternoon, council members. Excuse me. My name is Amy Shiroma. I am before you to please ask you to not vote for Bill 113. Again, please do not vote for Bill 113. My family manages a small tropical flower and livestock farm, and we do manage to regularly pay our share of general excise and withholding taxes, and are happy to keep on doing so. We do have quality products and do stand a chance of gaining more and better products if the scientific research is allowed to continue to discover ways to prevent any virus and or diseases from affecting the vegetables, the flowers, and livestock, as well as improve the quality of these. What I'm trying to say is, please let me, an 87-year-old widow, and all the other farmers, agricultural farmers, do what we believe to be good and viable living, which allows us to generate more taxes for our county and state. Please do not kill the geese that keep on laying the golden eggs. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to Kona now. Your next two testifiers, please.
Next two testifiers, we have Claire LaPrinzi in support of Bill 113.
Thank you.
Also, we have Janice Palma Glenny in support of Bill 113.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, Kako. I made you guys all lays. I was so excited, and then I came down and I was like, oh yeah, they're going to be in Hilo. So I have your lays, but at least Drew's here. Mahalo nui. And that's new beginnings, you know, when you use the avapui. So I gave the nicest one to Drew, since he is waking up, or woken up. So, I just want to say, when I listen to the speakers and to the last 87-year-old woman, you are in the exemption thing, so your flowers are still in there, so you don't have to worry about it being taken away or you're not helping with the taxes here, so you're already taken care of. Though a lot of us would wish that that wasn't. There's a lot of things in here that we wish that weren't. When I listen to some of the so-called genetics and educated person, well, I want to ask him, if you know genetics so well, how many babies have you seen and how many generations? Because see, I've gone now 3 generations of helping babies with this defect, the same defect. So I'm going to say that's not true. And I'd like you to say that to a mother. And I'd like you to go and watch this film on Paretutu in New Plymouth. 5 generations. You're changing our DNA. So that's not true. And the rest of you, it's not just Monsanto. I mean, Monsanto's been out there for a long time. There are plenty of them. There's 6 of them. And how many are there? I'm going to thank, first of all of you in the council that you're going to pass this bill. I know you're going to pass this bill. Oh, here comes some of my babies. So I know you're going to pass this bill. We got a lot of work to do. I'm happy about that. I know that we care about all the people here on this island. When we hear that you're going to 30 seconds. I wasn't even going to go a minute. Okay. Anyway, when we have a lot to do. We wanted all of you to stay healthy, and that's why we're working really hard to work with this organic method that's been here for a long time. Okay, aloha and malama pono.
Thank you.
Aloha, good afternoon. I'm Janice Palma Glenny. I'm speaking in support of Bill 113. I feel it's a no-brainer that the dangers and potential dangers of GMOs are too great to just say let's get on with it, as international corporations would like you to do. As many others have been, I'm offended by recent expensive, fear-driven advertising on local radio stations claiming that even bus fares would increase if restrictions were put on GMOs. I hope that this body and the public will let the cattlemen's and other agricultural associations and bureau leaders know that the public isn't as stupid as they take us to be. New evidence that GMOs are making their way throughout our food, our bodies, and our planet continues to emerge. These organisms and genetic combinations have nothing to do with Mother Nature and the kinds of genetic combinations and mutations she creates and deals with over eons of time and generations. The GMO debate reminds me of the safe drug given to my mother in the 1950s to prevent miscarriages. It was called DES, and it was touted as a miracle. Not until my generation did it become clear that a huge number of the daughters of the women who took this untested, well, the science it was supposedly tested, would be unable to bear children themselves due to mutations to the shape of their uteruses caused by the drugs. Generations must pass before anyone can make claims that GMOs aren't harmful to humans and the planet upon which we depend. It's up to this council, that's you guys, to make sure that we await the proof of real, long-term science rather than succumb to economic fear-mongering. I am and have been in the horticultural and agricultural business in Hawaii for over 3 decades. The ag organizations that claim to represent people like me do not, but you must. I know that there are other ways to feed our planet's people and our pocketbooks than to further destroy our planet as corporations would have us do. Mahalo for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Going back to Waimea, your next 2 testifiers, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have Chris English, who represents the Hawaii Cattlemen's Council, and he's in opposition of 113. And we also have Jennifer Michaela, who represents herself in support of 113.
Aloha, Council members. My name is Chris English. I'm Vice President of the Hawaii Cattlemen's Council, which is a statewide organization comprised of 5 county cattlemen associations. We have around 130 members representing 60,000 head of beef cattle, or approximately 75% of all beef cows in the state of Hawaii. Ranchers are stewards of approximately 25% of the state's total land mass. The Hawaii Cattlemen's Council is strongly opposed to Bill 113, Draft 3. HCC does support all types of farming and ranching, whether it's natural, organic, or conventional, or cutting edge. 90% of Hawaiian calves are shipped to the mainland for pasture and feeding. We have an increasing demand for local beef, and we're working very hard despite drought conditions to increase the supply of locally finished beef. I believe it's short-sighted to turn our back on technology, which could get us over the hump for finishing more cattle here in the state. Almost 80% of the beef cattle and 100% of the dairy cattle in the state are on this island, so it just drives the point home that we need technology to be able to increase our production here. Thank you for your time. Aloha.
Introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm a farmer and a beekeeper and a mom, and I live in Hawaii, in Waimea, and I just wanted to say it seems really clear to me that it's an issue of money versus life, and the companies that are coming in and benefiting from this are the same companies that manufacture Zyklon B, which is the gas responsible for taking out my entire lineage, and they don't care about life, and we need you guys to care about life more than money. And I do, and I do for my kids, and I do for your kids too. And I hope that you guys can see that that's the real issue. And no matter what other information's out there, I think we all need to rally around the community that does suffer hardship when you do pass this bill, and help them find better ways and alternatives that actually work. Help them feed their cattle, help them finish the cattle on this island. I think the community will rally around those people and help do it in a way that doesn't jeopardize anybody's life or anybody's land or the bees or the people or the future or anything else. There's other solutions, and this is not technology. Nature is technology. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm just reminding you again, no applause. Thank you. Next testifier in Kohala, or was that the second one in Kohala?
That was Waimea, Chair.
I mean, Waimea. That was your, how many more do you have? Waimea and Dave?
I have two more in Waimea.
Oh, you have two more. Okay, I'll come back to you and take Kohala.
Good afternoon from beautiful, sunny Kohala. Our next testifier is Dr. Alan Thal, representing himself, Holistic Health Hawaii, in support of Bill 113.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to say that if you get a splinter in your finger and you look at what happens to it, it turns red, it gets inflamed. The same thing happens if you take GMO crop into your body. It gets inflamed, it inflames your body because it's a space alien to the human being. And the toxic insecticides have produced a doubling of food allergies and disorders such as autism, reproductive disorders, digestive problems, and others are on the rise since we started this. For your children, you're giving bovine growth hormone laced milk. That is directly linked with cancer. Where people talk about the yields, non-GMO agricultural methods used in developing countries have resulted in yield increases of 79% and higher. GMOs do not, on average, increase yields at all. Roundup, for example, is linked with sterility, hormone disruption, birth defects, and cancer. And I think that's what I have to say.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Our next testifier from Kohala is Christy Krantz, representing herself, speaking in support of Bill 113.
Aloha, Council. There's been some excellent testimony already today in support of Bill 113, so I won't be redundant. I just want to say that I support all of that. I agree with it. I'm a beekeeper here in North Kohala as well as an organic gardener, and I would like to see this bill passed because I would like to see the bees live. I would like to see the people that eat the food here live. I would like to see our island remain pristine. And I strongly support Bill 113 and banning GMOs entirely on the Big Island of Hawaii. And thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to move over to Pahoa now.
First, I have Ms. Toby Hazel representing herself. Following her will be Ms. Julia Paul, representing Pahoa Properties, LLC, both in support.
Thank you.
Hi, hello, Chairman and Council. It's hard to fit in all your thoughts in 2 minutes for all the depth and dangerous disruption that could come without evaluating GMO thoroughly before using it. I support the bill. I hope that we could improve upon it. I think the problem here is, synthetic biology wants to speed. We need to have these speeding limits, just like when you drive down any ordinary road. Synthetic biology just thinks that they can take over the world right now. I mean, it surprises me that natural is dead. That's really something. Maybe along with slow food, slow evolution isn't such a bad thing. And to quickly change these things without understanding their impact seems like we are talking about devastation. I don't even know why. We should also have no whining. I mean, $100 permit to track things seems okay. Asking for new, potentially unsafe things to be grown indoors seems okay. Again, I think it's the issue of speeding. And I really have to say that this is not to create food self-sufficiency for the Big Island. I mean, are they speeding mostly for export crops and money? It's not to help us here. And, weren't there like hundreds and millions of people who protested the nuclear power plants from the 50s down to the present? And look at the mess we're in now. We're in a big mess now because we couldn't say no from the beginning. Anyhow, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hi, my name is Julia Paul, and I actually own Pahoa Properties LLC, a real estate company here in Pahoa. And we're not down here just because we don't have anything to do. I have a job. I've come and testified many times, just as everyone else here. And we sure hope that you are listening and not just blowing everybody off, because we do. It takes us time and money to all bring us here, all of us, the county council, every single person that's testifying, whether they're for or against. And I've got to tell you, I'm in favor of this bill. I would like to see it strengthened. I think that we cannot guarantee that my daughter and my future grandchildren are safe eating grass-fed, not grass-fed beef, but GMO corn-fed beef or GMO corn-fed dairy cows. I don't want that. And I think we should have a choice, and we don't have a choice. Right now, GMOs are being rammed down our throat. Everything in the grocery store practically is GMO. We don't have a choice. And I think people deserve a choice. I think that my grandchildren, my daughter, everybody on this island has a right to eat food that is good for them, that's been thoroughly tested. And believe me, I don't count on the FDA to do that. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Please pass the bill.
Thank you very much. I'm going to come and take the two testifiers here in Hilo, and when they are finished, we'll take a 10-minute recess. So we'll start with Alan Cachero.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here on the behalf of A&T Belmay's Papaya Farms. I represent 14 hard-working papaya workers. There's a lot at stake here. Our papaya farms basically financially sustains us, and for the past 15 years has kept 14 families very much alive. If this bill is not opposed, what happens to the industry? What happens to our families? I come from a hard place, Minoli'i, 72 at the population, moved over to Ka'u, saw your sugar plantation get run down, and then now it's the papaya industry. If you had the choice to go ahead and pick on what you wanted to eat and what you didn't want to eat, that's your choice. Then you shouldn't buy it, you shouldn't eat it. But as far as opposing this bill, by very much do. And I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Susan Miyasaka.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Susan Miyasaka, and I'm an agronomist at the University of Hawaii. I am providing testimony today as a private individual and not as a representative of the UH. My testimony is not biased by financial interests because I have not received any research funding from any of the seed companies. I ask you today to table Kona Council Bill 113. Instead, form an ad hoc committee or a task force to study this complex and controversial issue. Select scientists, representatives from state and federal regulatory agencies, healthcare professionals, and growers of organic, conventional, and genetically engineered crops. The nation is watching us. We can demonstrate how coexistence of diverse farming systems on the Big Island is possible. We can, just as we have shown how diverse ethnic and cultural groups can coexist together by respecting each other and focusing on what we have in common. Our common goal should be one of sustainability on the Big Island, both economic and environmental. We need farmers and ranchers to grow safe and healthful food crops and dairy or meat animals on this island. We need to listen to them when they tell us that they need this new agricultural biotechnology to help them farm profitably and safely. Bill 113 divides the agricultural community because it seeks to promote non-GE crops at the expense of conventional farmers and ranchers who raise or who will want to raise GE crops. Bill 113 is based on several false assumptions. I don't have time to go into all of them. I just want to point out the false assumption of Bill 113 that definitive science is lacking about whether GE crops are safe for human consumption. Thank you.
We're going to take a 10-minute recess. Thank you.
Give me your phone.